Hi everybody, hope everyone's had a good day. I sent out a few, I think there were 4 little shorts onto Instagram today. I think some of them actually might have gone into Facebook. And they were just sort of talking about helping yourself to understand more about what's hidden underneath the skin, which is what we soul people all came to look after. We all had one actual main job, but it would appear like me, like most people, it's been so exciting trying to get out there and do so many things out there that are just fabulous, that not many people, and I'm a major person in this, have done anything about my health. I've not really been that careful about my health, and then when anything's gone wrong, I've just gone down the normal route, go to my doctor, and if that didn't work, went into hospital. I've been in hospital a few times for all sorts of things, mainly with my chest. And yeah, I just grew up not really knowing anything. I didn't think there was anything to know, to be honest. I didn't realise that when I came here to enjoy the wonders of the world, planet Earth, that I was anything other than a human being and a child originally, growing up, going to work, meeting people, relationships, children, what have you. I didn't think there was much else. You know, integrating with other people, going on holidays, having a good time. And the flow was going sort of up and down, good, bad, and all that sort of thing. I just took it all for granted, really. Then I changed my life, literally in one day. It had been happening over years and years and years of not being in the best of places or in the best relationship. But anyway, I changed my life. That's telling a little bit about me, but this is really the story of how I got into learning to be a Swedish massager, learning Qigong, the 16 forms. Absolutely fantastic. Every Thursday for 2 hours, I went home on a high, absolute high. I felt amazing. I learnt that I had healing hands. I could literally feel and sense things from just going around your body. I could remove things. I worked with a man, he had pleurisy, and I felt all this stuff coming off on my hand, getting rid of it. I've done all sorts of things. I've got clairvoyance. I've always been clairvoyant, but it became more obvious as I worked with people that information was coming in, and I'd say, I'm being told you've had gallstones and you've had something done here, and the recipient would say, yes, I've had a operation to move that. I said, well, somehow it's connected to your foot. I don't understand that myself. Oh yeah, no, I have had problems with that. So somehow the two have been actually connected. Weird and wonderful things come up in my head. I tell people what's happening or what I'm being asked about. I'm being asked to get more information. And then it's easier to identify things, especially if it's ancestral healing. That can all go. It's of no use to anyone now. There isn't a lot of time. We're slowly progressing into a 5D situation. There'll be far more turmoil out there, and really, if you're not heavily into being disgruntled or being nasty about other people, that's thinking, seeing, doing, actioning something, spreading rumours, half-truths, and complete utter lies about people, you should raise your vibration extremely quickly without any hassle. If you've definitely been into this bollocks that's out there, you know, chatting about people, you only know a smidgen of them, but you slag them off, well, that's your own fault. I haven't got time for people like that. I have never had time for people like that, and even less with the healing I've had to do, which is none of that. I don't go anywhere near that area at all. Even if you came to see me and said, I've always bitched about other people, it's got nothing to do with me, that's your deal, you deal with it. But if you had ancestral healing, it was causing you a problem, then naturally that can be helped. That can be helped to identify it, and then you work through it yourself and get rid of it. And there are loads of people out there, hypnosis people, loads and loads of different aspects where you can get even more help, go deeper, get it out, get on with your life. And whatever you do, do not step in the dark side. That's all I'm going to say. Keep away. You may get caught up in collateral damage, and there will be a lot of innocent people, completely innocent, who are going to get caught up in collateral damage. No doubt about it. I have been talking to some people and saying, well, yeah, but I understand you don't care because what you did, you enjoyed doing it. But what about all these innocent people, real sideliners, getting totally caught up in it, going to prison, in fact, and they shouldn't even be there. Wrong place, wrong time, and just happened to be in the situation, and they didn't know how to get themselves out and made themselves guilty and end up doing time. They shouldn't even be there, or even dying, worse still, but dying from a situation they shouldn't be in, caused by these people. And they just say collateral damage. And that's a word used the world over by people who murder en masse. Collateral damage. It's absolutely shocking, and most of us have got so used to hearing it, we take no notice. It's like we're dead to it. We're almost so traumatized by the word that we can't fathom out what is actually being said. So it's easy to just go, okay. Well, it wouldn't be okay if it was one of your members of the family, I can assure you. The last thing over it would ever be is okay, but as long as it's nothing to do with us and we're all the same, me as well, we're all the same, we think, oh, nothing to do with us. But we need to start thinking in unity. And it is something to do with us, because at the end of the day, 99.9% of our DNA says we are all the same people. We are all connected. We don't look alike, but 99% of your insides are the same. So therefore, we are actually very much linked together. And if one person is harmed, that repercussion spreads out everywhere between us all. We need to start linking and thinking, actually, it does matter, this. The power of intention, we're told, science is now into the power of intention, as it knows how our thoughts can make our reality, and all this matrix and all the rest of it. And science is big into the matrix now, trying to thumb down and get more, understand it more, to try and reverse processes or jump away from the matrix or get away from this. How do we all get stuck in it? And it's already becoming quite apparent that what you think about becomes your reality. Don't get stuck in the mud, and certainly don't get your head stuck in a box where you think, oh, it doesn't matter, it's nothing to do with me. Because if your head's in a box, you have no idea what's coming up behind you, or side onto you, or above you. You can't be looking everywhere. And if your head's in a box, you're not looking anywhere. Far, far more damaging. So to get you out of all of that, and to get you into where you originated from, thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, we were all called goddesses and gods. We think of it as, wow, imagine being a goddess or a god, woohoo! But it was everyday an occurrence, because what it meant was that you knew how you moved with the planet. The whole planet was growing and expanding, and your body was talking to it, a constant. If you've looked at one of my, or a couple of my short clips I did today, you will see there that science has come along and found out that underneath the skin, not far, because right below this skin here, this is the epidermis, and below it is the dermis, and in that you have receptors, and they have names, these different parts of the receptors that do different things, and they're talking to the outside world constantly. They're sensing it, feeling it, gauging it, knowing what's going on constantly, from all of your skin, from here to your feet. It's all happening. So move your hand quickly and you feel a breeze, you feel movement of air. Take your hand away, you can't feel that air anymore. It's just there, hanging in all around you. But if you go like that, you can feel it. And technically, you would think that you're feeling it because it's on your skin. But it isn't on this skin, it's on the inside of it. So I suppose here's my jumper, and you'd think going like that, that would be the receptor, but it's not. It's on the inside here that's a receptor. That's thinking. It's picking it up because it can move outside. Massive energy is all outside of your body. And we know that outside of your body you have auras, and they're colours. And for this instance, we'll use the rainbow colours, because we can see rainbow colours, and that's when the light fractionates in water and you have these colours. And they resound around you out on the outside, and they go around the front. So their energy comes out through the chakras, and they're all around you. And chakras either turn round, like that, or they might lay like that way. They have different angles, but they always turn round. So it could be up straight, it could be slight on an angle, like that. They do all sorts of funny things, and they can either be turning backwards or forwards simultaneously. So they might have two discs running, and then one can start turning and the other can... It is an enormously fascinating world. Don't get trapped in the thought that you just have a chakra and it opens and it closes. That chakra will do what it wants to do. You won't control that chakra. You can talk to the chakra if you want to, but you'll never control it. It's a very fascinating... Don't ever think... I mean, that's one thing we must start thinking. We are not as intelligent as our body. Our body is super intelligent. Literally. It's the most intelligent life force. And that life force or super intelligent is in the earth, is in the universe, trees, anything that is living has it. Anything. It's not just human beings. All animals have it. All plants have it. Bugs have it. Insects have it. Worms have it. You name it. Whatever it is that's living has it. Even if you can't see whatever that is, and it's living, we know obviously energy lives. There are various forms of codes and dashes and stripes and full stops and God knows flying through the air all over the place, and they all have it. It's super intelligent, and it all works together if it's meant to come together. Lots of things pass straight through us. They take information away and they take information on somewhere else. It is amazing. In fact, sometimes it's too much to understand, but if you nail it down a bit more, you can. When the soul comes, that's who I am talking to you and you talking to me. We're all different souls, and we come to learn. Some come back here and they're dark souls because they haven't learned from the previous time or wanted to, so they're still here. Others have really high frequencies and they come here because enough is enough. We should have evolved 12 million years ago, 50,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago, 400 years ago. But because we're told what to do, what to say, what to think, how to count, we're told there are no goddesses alive and there are no gods alive. We've all lost our way. We are not listening to ourselves anymore. And we're not supposed to listen to another person's self. We're supposed to listen to ourself. What's under the skin, the super intelligence. That super intelligence, once you've tapped into it and are saying, I'm sorry I bashed you the other day. Oh my God, I love you so much. I wouldn't be able to enjoy myself as much if I didn't. We'll start producing the most amazing world ever. But you have to start loving and praising and making sure that everything below the skin, the dermis layer and below that, knows you care. That's the only thing you ever need to care about. If every single person on this planet, excuse me, literally cared what was under their skin and on it to make sure it worked well and they looked after it well, the correct amount of water, light, food, everything, everyone would be resonating at this phenomenal frequency. Everyone's life would be good. Everything would be easy and you'd understand it, be able to do it easy. But as soon as you can't, then everything becomes a bit harder.